My magazine is called Just About Music Magazine, also recognised as Jam. Jam is a monthly music magazine aimed at 16 to 35-year-olds and focuses on the next generation of music and emerging artists. Here I have tried to follow conventions by following and infusing aspects of other magazines alike and infusing them all into my own. As you can see, my front cover follows conventions by establishing a clear and consistent colour scheme of red, white and gold to give a professional and sophisticated edge to the magazine. I have used various features alike from the conventions of the Q magazine, such as the dark backgrounds which create a sense of mystery and rockstar edge. I have also made my header red and white as it conveys a sense of energy and excitement and gives a modern and timeless feel to the magazine. I have followed conventions by using a serif font for my masthead. This creates a more sophisticated and older approach to the magazine, hereby making the magazine seem more respectable and something they want to be associated with. Another convention I have followed is centralising my image. It is conventional to have the feature article photograph in the centre of the page, as this creates a believable and professional looking product. A centralised image also allows for a clearer and easier connection with the audience. It is this eye contact that allows you to feel on level with the artist and allows you to feel on the same wavelength as you become immersed into the magazine. When you look closer, you can see I've used a wide range of puffs and cells throughout my cover. This is a technique used by professionals and upcoming magazines alike. It promotes and sells the magazine to the audience, suggesting what the magazine has to offer. Cover lines have been flushed left and right to give order to the cover. As a reader, our eyes are instantly drawn to this feature. This makes the reader instantly find the cover lines as our eyes are trained to read from left to right. Another conventional feature I have used is a cover line in the centre of my page. With this I have tried to follow convention by centralising the text and making sure all text has been centralised. This gives order and structure to the cover line and makes the reader read from top to bottom. Multiple colours have been used to catch the reader's attention. The same has been done for the size of the fonts. Whereas Q focus on Kasabian, They're on Fire, and the 101 hottest things in music right now, I have focused on using The Future Is Here and the Next Generation of Rock and Roll. I have chosen to put emphasis on this as it shows what the magazine is about and what the focus of the demographic is. I have included a running head at the top of my page for my front cover. This running head is to attract and navigate the reader. Sans serif fonts have been used to contrast with the rest of the text on the page. This in turn makes the text feel more interesting. This makes the reader more interested in these artists and what their articles have to offer. My contents page follows convention by using 8 images. This follows convention as 3 or more photos on the contents page follow convention. I've used both genders in my images. This also follows convention and will allow a wider range of audience for my magazine and will appeal to more people. I haven't followed convention using direct eye contact with the images, as only 3 are making direct eye contact, which is conventional, and the rest are not, which makes it unconventional. I have chosen to do this because it shows that my magazine is approachable and is personal yet believable, as the musicians are looking at the instruments at this magazine is just about the music. I have used flush left and flush right for my text as it navigates the reader's eyes. I have used page numbers to indicate where the different articles are, and I have also used a convincing and realistic use of numbers for the pages of the magazine. This suits convention as a real magazine has over 60 pages. I followed convention by establishing a clear and consistent colour scheme in the contents of my product. I have used lines and blocks which are conventional to make my contents more organised. I have tried to follow the conventions of Q extensively. I have made sure I followed conventions and made my own page by scratch to make sure my magazine is of a higher quality to avoid pixelization. My double page spread follows conventions by using a wide range of conventional features. For instance, the drop cap in the centre of the double page. This has been done to follow the conventions of Q, as a drop cap is something we recognise as being the start of an article. The fact that the drop cap is also in the centre of the double page suggests that this is the focus and the centre of the article and is where you should start from as you work your way out from being immersed into the middle of the scene. I have focused the conventions of having the image to the left and the text to the right. This separates the two sides of the double page, the words and the visual. The image is meant to complement the text, but in this case, the text seems to complement the image as you truly feel immersed into the scene and the visual stimulus of the article itself. I have followed conventions by using stand first. Stand first give the reader a brief introduction into what the article is about and bigs up the article that follows. From reading and analysing the stand first from Q, I realised that the stand first had to paint the picture, creating the visual edge for the article. It creates an image that you remember all the way throughout reading the rest of the article. This picture stays with you in your head reading it, and it's important that you get the right captivation. It's important you get this impact before reading the rest of the article.